today we're talking about cultivating compassion. Now, cultivating compassion is really important for a couple of key reasons. Number one, compassion is one of the building blocks for empathy. Right, when we have empathy for others, right, we really care about them and their situation. And that creates trust. Trust is the building block of every great relationships. The better our relationships are in business as well as outside of business, the frankly better life that we have. You know, our happiness is a lot of dependent upon the relationships that we have. When there's great trust in a relationship, we feel like we've got stronger connections, stronger bonds. Empathy is a great building block of that, and compassion is one of the things that helps us create and have empathy. So it's really important for our relationships. Second thing is self-compassion. When we are compassionate with ourselves, right? Sort of like I am, because like I said, I recorded this video. I thought I was going live 30 minutes ago and realized that, gosh, I couldn't find it anywhere. So maybe you're watching this for the second time. I don't know. Yet I've got self-compassion. And realizing, and when I do that, I'm more resilient and more confident, right? I can confidently come in here and say, I was supposed to do this at noon Central Time, and it is not. And I did, and no one saw it because apparently I don't know how to hit the buttons right on Facebook, right? I've got compassion for myself. I'm resilient. I'm confident in who I am and what I'm doing, right? And I have that because I've got self-compassion, right? I'm not taking myself too seriously. Clearly, that's the case today. And the great thing about that is that it allows us to do more hard things. Because the harder the things are, the more likely it is that we're going to fail. And success is on the other side of the hard thing. Right? And so the more equipped we are to tackle the hard thing, right, to do the thing that's going to help make us successful, right, the more resiliency and confidence in ourselves we need. Compassion helps to foster that. So that's really why cultivating compassion is super important. And we've got 3 ways we're going to discuss today that can help us cultivate greater compassion, both for ourselves and for other folks. So let's dive in. First one is a great neurolinguistic programming presupposition. Neurolinguistic programming, NLP, is a study that I have, and that it really, what it tells us and what it's a study of and a perspective around is that is kind of modeling the best of the best, and that modeling also is a way to understand how our mind works and to make our mind work the best for us. And so we have these presuppositions, and really all that means is there's like 14 or 15 core beliefs that we have that kind of help kind of mold the perspective that we have both towards ourselves and the world. And one of these presuppositions, these perspectives, is everyone is doing the best they can with the resources they have available. So what that means to me is if someone isn't showing up in the best way, right, doing the right things, making a mess, doing something wrong, we can believe that they're doing their best. We can believe that their intention is positive, that they're doing the best that they can. They're just doing the best they can with the resources that they have available, right? If they're screwing up, well, it's probably a resource issue, not a personal failing of them. They're doing the best that they can, right? I'm going to come back to this video. I was doing the best I can with the resources that I have available, and now after this, I'm going to go back and learn a little bit more about how to do this whole Facebook Live thing. Apparently, I'm still living in 2008, but besides the point, right? It's better resources, right? And so we're just doing the best that they can with the best that people are doing the best they can with the resources that they have available. The cool thing about resources is that resources are not static, right? We can always get more resources. And so just because you may not have the resources right now, or that someone else may not have the resources right now, doesn't mean you will never have those resources or can't obtain those resources. So to me, there's some confidence in that. Because all I know is that I'm doing the best I can with the resources that I've got available. So is everybody else. And if the resources that I have are not getting me what I want, well, I can just go and find and create better resources. So I've kind of alluded to this a little bit, but this is about other people. Everyone's doing the best they can with the resource that they have available. What that also means is that we are part of that everybody. We are doing the best we can with the resources we have available, right? And when we think about it that way, we can have greater compassion for ourselves. Look, we're out there just doing the best that we can, right? And if our best is not living up to help get us to the goals that we have, okay, let's go find those better resources, right? It doesn't mean anything about us except for maybe we just need some different resources. And so we can have a lot of great compassion for ourselves, right? Which then builds resiliency as well as confidence, knowing, hey, I'm out there just doing the best that I can. And if the best that I can is not the best that it can be done, well, I can go find that resource and make it the best that it can be done. So we're always doing the best that we can with the resources that we have available. Second thing is a concept called Hanlon's razor. During the past month, the month of August, the group of experiential MBA leaders, a group of about 25 leaders that Chris Suarez and I have in a group together, and we're all learning with each other and from each other about how to really be the CEO of our business as well as our life. Last month, we really focused in on mental models. And one of the mental models that we discussed and talked about and broke down was this concept called Hanlon's razor. I love this definition. It's, we should not attribute to malice that which is more easily explained by stupidity. I chuckle at that because to me it's fun, right? It's more like we shouldn't think ill of something or someone when we can better explain it through stupidity, which is kind of a jarring word, or more ignorance or lack of understanding, right? Consider this. What would change if you didn't think people were out to cause you harm? Right? And if they did harm you, it wasn't because they meant to specifically. That it's more likely they were just ignorant of the situation. They didn't know how what they said or what they did would land on you. They didn't understand what you were going through or the perspective you were coming from, which is why whatever they did landed on you in a way that didn't sit well. Right? It wasn't from malice. They weren't planning on doing that. It wasn't, it wasn't something that they were specifically doing. More often than not, it's just ignorance. It's just moving too fast, or just not being able to read the tea leaves, or understand the situation. Maybe their EQ was down for a moment, right? If we thought that way, if we took that perspective of that, don't attribute to malice what can be more easily explained by stupidity, we wouldn't be angry. We would be less angry, wouldn't we? Because if we become angry when we think that somebody is out to attack us and someone is attacking us, right? We become a victim to that and we lash out, right? We feel like we're backed into a corner and we've got to lash out and be angry, right? It's a way of self-protection. And if we didn't think that way, if we didn't think that it was about malice, well, we could have greater compassion for them and their situation. Almost goes back to everyone's doing the best they can with the resources that they have available. They may not just have the right resources or be tapped into the right resources at that time, right? We shouldn't attribute to malice that which is more easily explained by stupidity. Third is you cannot truly understand what anyone else is going through. I think this is a huge one. It's something that I personally work on quite a bit. Here's the thing. We can't fully understand what anyone else is going through. Why? Well, what we're going through is the result of all of our past experiences and how those past experiences shape how we think and how we feel. Which means that the only person who understands my experience is me, because there's no one else that is in my brain, in my mind, to understand how the nuances and the experience that have brought me to where I'm at today, right? September the 8th at 12:41 here in Central Time. No one else has those collection of experiences and how they shape how I think and how I feel. Therefore, no one can ever truly understand what I'm going through, right? And just like you can't understand me, I can't understand you, right? We can empathize, as I mentioned earlier, right? We can do what we can to kind of put ourselves in their shoes, yet we can't fully understand it. You know, even if we experienced a similar thing, right? The way that I respond to it and the way that I react to it is unique to me, just like however it landed with you is unique to you, based on our experiences, our mental framework, and the way that it hit us emotionally, right? So if we think through that, it'll help us be compassionate, because at that point in time, we're not even then trying to understand anyone else. And I use try specifically because it's something we can't ever do. We don't even go through that effort to attempt to understand somebody because we know that we just can't do it. So how does that really work in real life? Well, I look to me. Like, I'm a fixer. I'm a natural fixer, right? When someone has a problem, gosh, I want to fix it. Frankly, one of the reasons why I got into coaching is I thought, here's a really cool job where I can then take someone's problem and then tell them what to do to fix it. I quickly learned that's not the case. And this works both in coaching as well as in life, right? It's something that I currently work on. My wife, Kristen, will tell you, and hopefully she'll tell you that I've gotten better at this, yet for a long time, right, she would come to me with a problem, or she would tell me something that's bothering her, or whatever it is, and man, immediately, boom, I'm going into fixer mode. I'm going to fix this thing, right? Ooh, you've got a problem? Sweet. Let me brainstorm. Let me fix this thing for you. Let me help you fix it, because that's what I want to do for you. And I'm sure you can imagine the conflict that created, right? I've got great intentions. Right? I just want to fix, you've got a problem, I want to fix it. And not every time she wanted me to fix it, right? And not every time I really understood what the problem was to begin with. Because even though we're married, right, I can never fully understand what's going on with her. So I might be fixing a problem that she doesn't even have. It might be a problem, and yet my solution may not fix the problem that she has, and that creates even more conflict. Not only am I telling her what to do, giving her a great a nickel's worth of free advice, it's not even the right problem because I don't understand it. Because I don't understand it specifically what she's going through. So what it does for me is it's caused me to take a step back. And when I believe that someone's got a problem, instead of going into fix-it mode immediately, I've learned to take a step back and kind of ask the question, how can I help with this? What do you want from me? And then if Kristen or anyone else says, well, I want some help solving it, or however they say that, great. Now I can go into fix-it mode and give some ideas and help in that situation. Yet sometimes people just want to be heard. Right, and I know then I need to ask more questions to gain more clarity, so that I've got a better perspective of the situation, so that I can truly be helpful and have a better relationship. Right, that's compassion. It's compassionate because I'm not assuming that I have a full understanding. Right, I'm actually assuming that I don't have a full understanding, and I have to be compassionate for whatever they're going through in order to get a better understanding of whatever that situation is. So guys, those are the big three, right? We believe everyone is doing the best they can with the resources that they have available. Hanlon's razor. Right, and that's such a fun one, right? When we talk, we should not attribute to malice that which is more easily explained by stupidity. And then, of course, we have the one we just went over, and that is you cannot truly understand what anyone else is going through. So if this resonated with you, right, and you think, gosh, I want to, better help, getting more compassion, or even increasing my resiliency or confidence, and you want to have a conversation about what coaching could look like in that regard to help you win the mental game of business, so that you can then in turn go and be more successful and more happy both in your business and your life, reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you and figure out how we can help you out, right? I don't understand what you've got going on yet. Through working together, we can figure out what you need to be more successful in business and happy in life. So feel free to check us out at xperiencegrowth.com. There you can find a tons of resources. We've got free downloads. We've got our blog that we put out each and every week. And also there you can sign up for a free 30-minute coaching consultation with me. So if you want to go deeper on any of this stuff or really talk about your mental game and what your approach is, your mental and emotional approach to business and how that can be optimized to get you more of what you want, feel free to reach out and schedule that free coaching consultation with me, a 30-minute call, and we'll go through whatever you want to go through and help get you a game plan for your next steps to create that great mental foundation for your business as well as your life. Again, feel free also to reach out to us, direct message us, let us know what questions you have. If there's any specific topics you want us to cover here on our video or even a blog post, feel free to let us know there. Love to always get feedback on ways that we can help you become the CEO of your business as well as your life. Guys, thanks so much for checking out and watching this video. If you need us for anything, you know where to find us online at xperiencegrowth.com, here on Facebook or any of our social media. We're there in direct message, so go ahead and feel free to reach out to us there or on our website where you can leave us a message or sign up for a free coaching consultation. Guys, it's been a pleasure. Have a great rest of your Thursday and a great rest of your day or whatever day you're watching this. Y'all make it a good one. Bye-bye.